Position 1 is for 10 volts on the front filament. I want to show this there. I'm going to hit the transformer on. We're under high vacuum here for any 5 times 10 to the minus 6 millibar, roughly. The selector on 10 volts for filament 1, and I'm going to increase the current. We don't have any material in the basket right now. We show that it will heat up, and then with this lever here, we can open and shutter. The shutter control here. And we'll just show that the rotator up top can spin. It would be positioned differently, but it's showing that it's operational. And that's what this control here, that's what this wire is, the power going to the motor up there. And this knob down here is what controls your power to that filament. And I'll bring it down. Oh, you can see this is reading current, the current that's going through. Increase it. And then I'll bring it all the way down. I'm going to quickly run through. I'm going to set the selector to 2 at 10 volts. 10 volts, position 2. That'll put 10 volts on the rear filament. I'll just bring up the current, show that it lights up, heats up. Okay, and I'll bring it down. Now with the selector switch over here, I'm going to switch to 3. That's going to put 30 volts on the front filament. Bring it up. Lights up. Down. And then with position 4, that's going to put 30 volts on the rear filament. This is your pumping control knob, lever. You see, I'm going to bring this, it was in open, and you can adjust the opening and closing of the high vacuum valve. See, I'm going to close it all the way. Hit the air admit. Now this will bring air into the bell jar. That'll take a little while. Okay, then you can remove your bell jar. So. Inside these baskets here is where you'd load your material that you're going to evaporate it, whether it be gold, aluminum. the LN2. You can fill the LN2 trap by pouring liquid nitrogen into this. It'll lead right through. Alright, now I'll put the bell jar back on and we'll pump it out. Go through that sequence. Place the bell jar back on top. Shut the air admit valve. When in a backing position, the Pirani gauge is reading the backing pressure to the diffusion pump. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this valve to roughing. If you look at the Pirani gauge, that's reading the bell jar vacuum pressure. So it's roughing out the bell jar right now. Takes roughly a minute to get to this point. We're going to let it come down a little bit lower into the 10 to the -2 range. Okay, with the bell jar in approximately 8 or 9 times 10 to the -2 millibar, we're going to switch this over. Push in on the lever and slowly open the gate valve, the main high back valve. Penning gauge. And by reading the gauge here, we're now at 2 times 10 to the -4. This is the backing pressure to the diffusion pump. Now I'm going to open the valve all the way. That's full open. And the penning gauge is reading the vacuum inside the bell jar. And you have a range select on here. So we're at 8 times 10 to the -5 millibar. It needs to get to below 2, as you can see here. This is 2 times 10 to the -5, the next range down.